Spilled it all over myself. Alright, we're looking at Old Forester, 1920. It says this is Prohibition style. This is 115 proof.
Ah, which was, it's like 107.5% alcohol.
It's 57.5% alcohol.
I mean, yeah, what am I saying? Half of 100 plus half of 15.
Right.
Shouldn't have drank those beers before. Hey, this was introduced in 2017 from my research on the internet. I looked at their website, Old Forester. I mean, let me see the bottle? The Old Forester website. And they were saying that, you know, it's the same old story. It's a company that was bought out. Well, oh, I'm sorry. This was a company that bought everybody else out. Brown Forman, it's Old Forester. 1870 they got started. Why? They got so popular, they bought out Jack Daniels, and that's pretty powerful if you can buy out Jack Daniels, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a whole bunch of other people, like Canadian Mist. Okay, so this was very expensive, relative to what we normally pay, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, it's 65 for a fifth. One of those was the deal.
Now the typical Old Forester is 86 proof.
Yes.
43% alcohol. So we're talking about 57.5%. Well, I was talking to you off camera, there's the Old Granddad 114, which would be something interesting to look at maybe one day. You know, Old Granddad, the famous, like you call it grandfather bourbons, like that old
Correct.
people drink.
Used to make the old fashions with those.
And you said Old Forester is sort of an old man beer. I mean, old man bourbon, sort of like an old grandpa bourbon. It's not something you're going to see in the hipster places.
Oh, not at all. It's something you'd see in the yacht clubs.
Like Southern Yacht Club in New Orleans. Or maybe Yale College Inn, or
Don't have it there.
or
Wow, it's got some serious notes on it. Some strong vanilla.
I guess the lamplighter will have it. Veterans. All right,
Sherry,
Cherry.
the
let's
vanilla.
check it out.
Cherry
There's a big
vanilla.
write-up on the back.
Caramel.
Little
George
leather.
George
Leather.
Garvin Brown is the founder. Oh, that's just some marketing stuff with the founder. It's distilled and bottled in Louisville. This is not one of those imported from another state products. This is from Louisville, Kentucky. And I think Louisville, Kentucky knows a little bit about bourbon, right?
I'm going to make a suggestion. This is a sipper. Don't try to drink it any more than sipping.
Now, what is that color? Amber? Like straight amber? Kind of dark amber?
That's a cognac color.
Right, like Courvoisier. Wow, that is rich. It is a lot of wood, vanilla.
Look at all the alcohol legs. Alcohol legs, just like a fine cognac.
Oh yeah. It's an intense, and it's like a minty note in your nose from the
A little bit.
alcohol.
Yes.
Sort of like that smell that, like I always say this, like if you cut your leg and you had to go to the doctor and you were waiting for him to come in to stitch your leg up, you smell all that antiseptic. It's
Oh,
like
yours
you're
looks
screaming.
really amazing. You can see the alcohol legs just falling off of it.
Yeah, right up
So
at
it
the top.
stops, almost like a maker's mark. On the maker's mark bottle, like the red part stays in, you can see all the
wax,
alcohol
the
legs
plastic,
going on.
yeah. Now you had this previous to today, so you know a little bit more about it. So the aroma is really dynamite. Well, let's go with the taste. I've never had any Old Forester product before, and look, they've been on the market since 1870, 147 years. They probably know what they're doing, huh?
Yes. This is like a fine cognac.
I wouldn't know, because I've never had fine cognac. I've had cheap cognac. Unless you want to call Hennessy Black fine. I guess that's kind of fine. That's kind of expensive. Wow.
Yeah, the back note hits you with a little fire. Goes on down. It's sweet. You get the caramel, the leather. And as it goes down, I wouldn't suggest drinking like that again, but you just feel this is a true sipper.
There's a lot of leather notes.
Correct.
Not Levi Garrett, but more like, oh, that's not leather. There's tobacco too.
Correct.
I'm trying to think.
It's from the Charnas.
Maybe more like pipe tobacco than chewing tobacco. It's really weird, you know. There's almost like peat in it, which is Scotch, right? But this is not Scotch.
Yes. There's a bit of a peat. You get. Slow down, big boy.
There's
Has a really awesome warming effect too.
yeah, there's a definite wood aspect. There's a lot of wood action going on.
Right. It's charred.
Charred wood, like smoky camp out. I mean, it's you wouldn't want to rush through this bottle.
You wouldn't want to rush through the tasting.
No, and you
It's
wouldn't want to.
well worth
You
every
wouldn't want to drink
penny
some of
the
this and then
ounce.
see a checkpoint. Right? You see a checkpoint, you tell us, you say, hey, you could have this bottle. No, I'm just kidding. All right, they probably go for it. They probably take the deal. To me, the predominant aspect is wood. It's like wood. Now, that might sound sort of like an elementary appreciation of it, but it just has a strong wood barrel note.
Well, I'm sipping a lot slower than you are, and I'm tasting
White Sox win.
caramel. I'm tasting, as I'm sipping, I'm getting a cherry vanilla note on the nose. Not so much on the palate, but it's a clean finish that gets to the rear. Then you have a burnness going on in the back. Not a super high burn. I'm also getting charred leather and tobacco.
Oh, and they're talking about how this was one of the few companies that was allowed to produce whiskey during
During
Prohibition.
Prohibition, for medicinal purposes.
Medicine, you know,
Right.
as a medicine. Haha, right, sure. It's a beautiful label. It's got aquamarine, black gold. I noticed it doesn't give an age statement, and I was looking on the website this week when you had talked about this, and I never did see an age statement. So
I'll have to contact the company to get those details.
you know, they'll probably do like a lot of companies and say that, well, it's aged for taste. In other words, it's not aged a specific number of months, but they'll just age it and then they'll taste it occasionally. When they feel like it's ready, then they'll. But this would probably be something that's not going to be around that long anyway, right?
No, what I understand where I got it from, he bought up all of it, and once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah, so it wouldn't really matter. It's probably 4 to 6 years or something like that aged.
So if you want some of this, I would suggest, just ponying up and going and pay the price.
Because if you wait, it ain't.
It's gonna be gone.
Yeah, it's probably one of those It's not going to be around a long time.
No. But it is on their website.
It is on the website, and their portfolio website portfolio is pretty good. It's pretty detailed. Doesn't give the age statements, but that's okay. Actually, they're not required to give an age statement if it's above 36 months. So they don't need to. They just say, well, we age it. Yeah, I think it's probably worth the price, $60 range. You know, I'm not running out there to pay.
65, so after tax it costs you 70.
Yeah, it's.
Depends on where you want to be with this. This is definitely the higher echelon.
So I would recommend it, even if, considering the prices, what you want to do with it. Now, I'd be very curious to compare this 115 to the old Granddad 114, which is considerably cheaper. Wonder, in a blind taste test, how they would match up, because that could tell you a lot, right?
I'm assuming it would go without saying. But yes, I would like to.
Well, you don't know until you do it, right?
Right.
So, what do you think about it?
It's really good.
But it's something to be careful with.
It's
Oh,
really-
yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah, definitely. Trust me, you don't want it, after this, you don't want to do another one.
Not a prom date drink.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm very pleased that you brought this over here. So I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do next. And one of the things will be walking to the camera and cutting it off. Try to negotiate that. All right, so yeah. Any last words?
I do believe that translation was, this is some of the best stuff I ever tasted in my life.
Don't judge me.